Hello everyone, and now welcome to a game between Dise and RaZZoRMaN taking place here on Rusty Creek. This is part of the Hive Cup workshop. New maps for us to peruse through and try and figure out what is going on. Dise spawning as the red knight off on the top side of the map. Meanwhile, over here on the what I'll call the 6 o'clock or like 6:30, we have RaZZoRMaN spawning as the yellow orc. Opening things up, it looks as though it's going to be a Blade Master with grunts coming in from the orc. Meanwhile, it looks as though Dise opening things up with most likely a Keeper of the Grove. I'm going to go ahead and speed things up to 8 times speed, get things underway, as there are a number of games I do want to cast today, and hopefully I don't, well, had a little bit of technical issues in the morning taking away some of that time. In my country, we get wrecked by COVID restrictions, so I'll have more time to watch your stream. Well, thank you for choosing to use your time to watch the stream, even though there are COVID restrictions around. Forest Troll Berserker will get taken down, and now going on to the Forest Troll Shadow Priest. Wildkin still taking a lot of that damage from that Ancient of War as things are backing up. RaZZor goes Farseer with grunts. Oh, RaZZor goes Farseer with grunts instead of Blade Master. Not too big of a surprise, as the Farseer has really been a strong hero as of late, able to harass down many of those archers early on with those wolves in the early portion of the game, and then being able to play a little bit of a harassment game with the Farseer by itself, and then still having the option to go Shadow Hunter or Tauren Chieftain as that secondary hero. Farseer going to go ahead and clear up the remainder of this creep camp here. Farseer should get up to level 2 off of this. Meanwhile, Keeper of the Grove also already at level 2 as well, picking up Claws of Attack +5. Like a BM build. Yeah, it looked like a BM build, but really a Farseer and a Farseer right there. I guess the only strange thing would be if someone actually went Blade Master Headhunters. That would be the really strange build. But Farseer grunts and Blade Master grunts still both very, very popular, as we are looking at RaZZoRMaN going into a 2-burrow tech to tier 2 on the Great Hall, and Dise already there as well, teching to tier 2. Both sides playing a bit of a creeping game, but Dise having a bit more information, as he does have these wisps strategically placed around the map, keeping an eye on some very, very strategic locations, as we're going to be looking at an illusion now absorbing a bit of damage as well. So Wand of Illusion, that is really only a 300 hit point tank right there. Illusions take double damage, and so that's often the reasons why you see illusions always being the one low on damage, because, well, they're the ones, if they take a little bit of damage, they look like an easy target to try and get taken down. Coming back across the other side, Farseer going after the Centaur Sorcerer here. There is a Tome of Intelligence left behind. Centaur Sorcerer finally engaging against the Spirit, as we do have a couple of healing salves to save the remaining units. All right. What item was dropped? It looks like, well, some sentry wards were picked up here. Clarity Potion. Archer is now going to come back around. Staff of Teleportation. Wisp does get a detonation off. Keeper of the Grove now showing up with dual Claws of Attack, and now in comes the fight. Keeper of the Grove quickly gets an entangle off onto that Grunt. Grunt could have a very, very bad day. Chain Lightning trying to go back around the other side. Does not finish off the Archer, as the Keeper of the Grove now sitting up at level 3. All right, a little bit more damage there. Sentry Ward was placed down. Farseer going to go ahead and try to chase after another Archer again, but a level 2 entangle going to cause some problems for that Grunt there, as the units are now looking to retreat back once again. Grunt just standing there trying to finish things off. A fell boar just standing in his way, as the Keeper of the Grove does get 2 quick kills. Farseer also sitting at level 3, now with level 2 Spirit Wolves, as the Keeper of the Grove and the Farseer now going to be exchanging a bit of blows. Farseer does have a little bit of additional armor. Meanwhile, Keeper of the Grove has additional hit points, as we're looking at that damage just rack up right there. Farseer needs one more attack. Is it going to be able to finish it off? I do believe so. Down it goes. Entangled now onto the Farseer. Farseer entangled just a little bit late. Going to go ahead, try to cause some problems, and now block the Keeper of the Grove, as the Farseer may try to double back the other side. Grunts are already moving around. We see a expansion being placed down by RaZZoRMaN, a rather aggressive expansion, as the Grunts were trying to dive on in, and now RaZZoRMaN going to lose another Grunt. That's going to get the Keeper of the Grove nearly halfway to level 4 here, as you're looking at more and more damage come back across. The Spirit Wolves trying to run away, as the Keeper of the Grove unable to, well, get the last couple of hits there. Level 3.4, level 3, both sides now teching the tier 2. We are going into a Tauren Totem and Bestiary by RaZZoRMaN. Meanwhile, we are going into dual Ancient of Lores for Dise. Dise also picking up an Ancient of Wonders as well, as we're going to be seeing a Demon Hunter already out on the battlefield trying to level up to level 3, most likely by himself. Keeper of the Grove may continue to play that harassment game. Meanwhile, the Farseer, I believe, already used a Clarity Potion and is now trying to put some pressure with some grunts there, and also bringing out a Shadow Hunter. Shadow Hunter does make a lot of sense, as you do not necessarily want to constantly get within a melee range of that Demon Hunter. Demon Hunter would just mana burn off all of that mana from a Tauren Chieftain, as the Ancient of Lore still taking quite a bit of damage. Grunt trying to get back around the other side. Spirit Wolves now coming across. Ancient of Lore is, if one gets taken down, well, the tech is going to be that much more delayed, as the Farseer pretty much has a one-way ticket in and out of this fight here, as the Demon Hunter, while trying to chase after that Farseer, trying to continue to put in more pressure. RaZZoRMaN, he's really pretty much all in with this tactic. He wants to dive in as far as back as he can, and then use that Scroll of Town Portal to buy as much time as necessary. A couple of grunts are in problem. There's a quick hex on to the Demon Hunter here. All the Moonwells are now starting to get drained up as well, and the time is going to be daybreak, so these Moonwells could end up becoming dry if the fight continues to go long. Farseer still causing problems. Grunt could get taken down. Shadow Hunter now trying to head back. What I thought was going to be a one-way Scroll of Town Portal retreat is actually staying into a very long fight by RaZZoRMaN. Dise also very low in terms of his army size as well, as there is Abolish Magic trying to be trained up. Farseer now going after the Archer here. Archer could end up getting taken down. Shadow Hunter now retreating back. A lot of aggression and action across the board, as the expansion of RaZZoRMaN is up and operational, but not yet fully saturated. All right, so far, yeah, Rusty Creek, there is a lot of paths, a lot of narrow paths here. There's been a lot of fighting inside the base. Walking between these two bases is actually quite a distance here. Dise, I'm now trying to rebuild what he lost here, but Dise may not realize that RaZZoRMaN has this expansion, and this expansion is really going to start tipping things in favor of RaZZoRMaN here if Dise continues to make choices, not realizing that his opponent has an expansion. All right, Wisp now trying to make its way across. Are we going to get in the snare? A little bit more damage. Wisp trying to retreat away. I don't believe he's actually seen the expansion. Nope, now he's seen the expansion and knows that, well, he cannot be sticking around in this fight like this. Entangle now going down onto the Raider. Ancient of Lore suffering a little bit of damage, but the Raider will get taken down once more, continuing to feed more experience to the Demon Hunter. And if that Demon Hunter gets up to level 3, you know for a fact that that is going to cause some problems. All right, a new Wisp, it looked like, made its way over. There is a quick ensnare to make sure nothing happens here. No Watchtower, as we're going to be getting in the Demon Hunter, and now Dryads making their way over to try and put in a bit of pressure. All right, Raiders, Spirit Walker nearby. In comes a Dryad. In comes the Demon Hunter. Where is the hero? We knew this fight was coming in, as the Demon Hunter cannot allow this expansion to be up and operational here. A couple of easy bits of damage, as the Raiders are now getting slowed down by that slow poison mana burn onto the Shadow Hunter. Farseer now tries to make its way over. Farseer, is RaZZoRMaN going to be able to hold onto the expansion? That is the question. 45 supply army compared to 42. Dise having a slightly smaller army here, as the Dryads are now trying to make their way in, but the Treants are actually doing quite a bit of damage against all of these peons. No Watchtowers, nothing to really stop anything here. All right, a little bit of damage here, as the Dice's illusion causing a bit of problems there, as we see some Demolish Magic, and now, well, Abolish Magic must realize that the illusion is an illusion there. Which one was real, as there was the Abolish Magic dealing damage to that illusion. Units continuing to fight their way through. More and more peasants need to be trained up as well. Both sides fighting 49 to 49, as both sides are pretty even so far. Low hit point Dryads now trying to dodge away. Shadow Hunter going to be in trouble as he gets taken down. Mana burn onto the Spirit Walkers. Spirit Link not really working out. Shadow Hunter fell at level 1, as you saw, as the Dryads are going to be able to continue to poke down more and more of these units, but they are also getting ensnared. All right, level 3 Farseer continuing to try and rack up that damage. Raiders getting down a couple of ensnares, but these narrow pathways are making it difficult for all of the melee units of RaZZoRMaN, while many of the Dryads and their range attack are able to deal good amounts of damage. The Spirit Walkers themselves are now finally getting in some Abolish Magic heroes, but unable to stop any of these Dryads as more Raiders join in on the fight. All right, Farseer trying to rack up more damage here. Spirit Walkers are now in the ethereal form as Grunts are joining in on the battle. Scroll of Town Portal being used as another, well, are we going to see another death of a Dryad? No, Dryad ends up sticking around as all of these peons were taken back home. 35 supply compared to 50. The expansion of RaZZoRMaN needed to be well held and kept, and also no resurrection on RaZZoRMaN Shadowhunter until the tactical retreat was completed. Things are not looking good for RaZZoRMaN any longer. Dise was able to find the expansion and shut it down before a true economic advantage was established. RaZZoRMaN overstays as usual. All right. Continuing the fight here, RaZZoRMaN losing that expansion once more, and RaZZoRMan's reason for trying to stay in that expansion or stay in the base for that long was really to try and have that expansion start to pay for itself. However, he didn't put in enough defense there. A couple of watchtowers and fortified armor could have made a drastic difference, as we're looking at now at a level 4 Farseer and a level 1 Shadowhunter, but they'll be going up against a soon-to-be level 5 Keeper of the Grove and a level 3 Demon Hunter. Level 5 kicking online right now. Keeper of the Grove should be backing away, giving the Demon Hunter the rest of that experience. Warsong Battle Drums picked up a little bit of bonus damage as well, as the Demon Hunter going to finish off these last level 4 creeps and perhaps get to level 4 himself. Level 4 there, you can see some big damage on that Demon Hunter, also boosting the overall damage of all of these Dryads, as we're looking at the Shadowhunter and Farseer now making their way off to the north. Wados, thank you for the follow, as the Farseer now going after this RaZZoRMaN Chieftain creep camp. This is a 7-3-3 creep camp. Actually 7-3-3-3. Wow, no, there's a lot of there's a decent amount of creeps here, so I guess similar to the giant turtle creep camps on Turtle Rock, there is a level 7 creep here. Could drop a very powerful consumable item, as the Demolishers are now joining in on the fight. 50 over 50 supply on both sides. That RaZZoRMaN Chieftain walking back and forth. A little bit of a stun right there, as the Farseer trying to back away, really wants to get the Shadowhunter up to level 3 instead, as that would give some big items. Scourge Bone Chimes, a powerful item for the Grunts and the Raiders to be able to stick around in these fights a little bit longer. No, this is not a live tournament. Lados, you must be new to my channel since the recent follow. Due to my casting schedule and this being a hobby, I can only cast from select replays, so that's what's going on here. Meanwhile, we are looking at Boots of Quel'Thalas being picked up by the Demon Hunter, now up to plus 19 damage, as the Warsong Battle Drums transferred over to the Keeper of the Grove. A new expansion attempt trying to be built in the center portion of the map here. This expansion should be well fortified and well defended. Meanwhile, we are looking at Dise with an expansion as well. Coming back around and DreamHack 50,000 actually. Yeah. Well, Blizzard has their own problems to deal with right now. As well, we're looking at Demolishers, Shadowhunter, Raiders, Spirit Walkers, Grunts continually moving around here. We're looking at Dryads putting in pressure. Demon Hunter sitting at level 5, going after the Forest Troll Berserker and the Forest Troll Shadow Priest. Gauntlets of Ogre Strength +3 left behind here. Are they just going to be destroyed? Yep, absolutely destroyed right there, as the Illusion and some of those other items are just better. Double Watchtower is able to offer a bit of protection here, as there could be pressure coming in from Dise. Dise is at plus 21 damage, and that is without the command aura, so that should be another about 4 damage, up to plus 25 damage on that Demon Hunter. Plus 25 damage, actually rather scary, as the Demon Hunter now going after this Watchtower here. All right, Dryad's Watchtower. Demon Hunter doesn't do that much damage to fortified armor, but then again, That is a rather large army knocking on the door of this expansion. Expansion off over here was canceled. 61 supply compared to 50. RaZZoRMaN has a rather small, or still in low upkeep here, and now going to try and put in some pressure with the Demolishers. If he can get in a good position, Spirit Walkers, Raiders, that vampiric aura, and then put in pressure with the Demolishers, that could work out extremely well. But the Demolishers are just too far back, needed to really start landing some damage up against these Dryads as they're getting into position here. All right, you're trying to rack up some of that damage now. The damage onto the Demolishers onto the Dryads would have been key and critical. 3 or 4 volleys onto a tightly packed group of Dryads could have made the difference. Watchtower still, well, standing here to act as a bit of defense if an expansion wants to be placed down. Level 5 going up against level 4, level 3. RaZZoRMaN is hoping to try and prolong this game as much as he can, as there's only 5 minutes of mining left in the main gold mines. All right, coming back through, lots of Dryads making their way over. Quick abolish magic, trying to take down those units. This Watchtower will get taken down, and I believe the writing is on the wall. RaZZoRMaN should not be able to hold on to this very easily at all. The hero level advantage just may be far too much. Berserker Wildkin now going to get taken down here, but this is going to turn into a potential creepjack scenario situation, as the Demon Hunter is going to be able to put in some pressure onto RaZZoRMan's main base. All right, is he going to try and finish off that Enraged Wildkin? Does. Gets Claws of Attack plus 12. Is that going to be enough to try and turn things around? Plus 12 damage on that Shadow Hunter as the engagements getting ready now. All right, in comes the fight. Scroll of Speed trying to come across, and here we are going. The Demolishers are actually in front of the other units. Where are the Grunts? Where's that front line as the Demolisher is able to really dish out large amounts of damage? It needs to be going after the Dryads instead of the heroes, as the Dryads are really starting to poke apart and just trying to hit with the proper units. A lot of things to keep track of. RaZZoRMaN is already in an uphill battle here. You're getting into the situation as some of those Dryads are now starting to take a little bit of splash damage, and they're spreading across multiple units here. All right, Demolishers are now getting, well, microed around as the Demon Hunter realizes, yes, they are a high priority. I need to go after them. And now a couple of illusionary bears are coming in to join in on the fight as well. Demolisher is still trying to get in some damage, but as soon as the Demolishers did exactly what they were supposed to do, Dise rotated onto those units and quickly tried to take them down. RaZZoRMaN down to 238 hit points, is trying to digest a Kodo Beast, but could easily get taken down. One more Dryad bear pops back out, and that's pretty much the writing on the wall. So many bears, so many Dryads in this base here. Shadow Hunter going to get caught between a bear and a Demolisher, unable to move around easily. There's another mana burn, and RaZZoRMan's, well, should be giving the GG momentarily. Down goes the Shadow Hunter for the second time this game, and, well, RaZZoRMaN unable to stick around in this fight. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it.